You're not lazy, but your brain might be. Your brain is running on a survival script that is quietly killing your goals. You've been told that you're undisciplined, you've been told you're not motivated, that you never follow through, and after a while, you start to believe it. But here's what nobody tells you. It's not you, it's your brain. Your brain is running on an outdated survival script that was never designed for the world we live in today. A world where comfort, convenience, instant gratification are always within our reach. You wake up with the best intentions. Today's the day you're gonna crush your to-do list. But then you scroll a little, you snack a little, you snooze a little, again and again and again. And just like that, the day feels like it slipped through your fingers. And what follows? Guilt, frustration, maybe a quiet voice that says, I'm just not the kind of person who can do hard things. But what if I told you you are? That your brain isn't trying to sabotage you by craving comfort, it's actually just trying to protect you. Think of it like an overprotective bodyguard. Great in emergencies, but not so great when you're trying to grow. It craves routine, it craves comfort, familiarity, and when you try to push beyond that, it resists. But here's the good news. Just like a computer, you can update the software. And in this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly how to reprogram your limiting beliefs, block out external negativity, and build a more foolproof daily routine that creates a domino effect of wins. One that rewires your brain to crave progress, growth, and yes, even discomfort. So grab a pen, grab a notebook, and let's dive in. Let's start with understanding more of your brain, because when you know how it works, you can make it work for you. Your brain's primary job is survival, not our modern version of success or greatness, just survival. And when it identifies anything that's uncertain, uncomfortable, effortful, your brain interprets it as a potential threat. That's why it nudges you towards comfort. The extra scroll, the bag of chips, the snooze button, and every time you choose the easy option, your brain logs it as a win. Each time you reach for your phone, indulge in junk food, or binge watch a show, your brain gets a burst of dopamine. This is the neurotransmitter of pleasure and reward. It's the molecule motivation. But here's the catch. When you flood your system with this, let's call it artificial dopamine, your brain starts to down-regulate. It produces less on its own. It becomes less sensitive. And suddenly the things that used to make you feel good, working out, learning something new, going for a goal, barely moves the needle. So what do? You go back to more of those fixes. The cycle repeats, and it doesn't have to. Think of your current habits as software running in the background. If you want to change your results, you need to update the code. Step one is reprogramming your beliefs. All behavior is belief-driven. From the ages of 0 to about 6 or 7, your brain is operating mostly in that theta wave state, a deep intake mode. You soak in everything around you, words, expressions, even unspoken energy. You get told, don't mess up, you're too much, you'll never be good at that, watch yourself. And these phrases become scripts. These scripts, they don't disappear. They become subconscious loops, firing tens of thousands of times a day. And they show up when you try to grow. That's why when you say, I'm going to the gym, or I'm going to launch that project, resistance hits. So how do we break the loop? Start by noticing the voice. Awareness is the starting point for any change. Write down what your inner dialogue is already saying when you feel that resistance, when you feel that hesitation, is it telling you do it later or you'll fail anyway? Then ask yourself, where did that voice come from? Is it your childhood? Is it a past failure? Is it fear? Write it out. Then I challenge you, say out loud, old program. Say old program, old program, old program. On your page, draw a little trash can. You don't have to be a great artist. Draw a trash can next to the statement. This is important. Your brain processes visuals often faster than text. So when you physically delete the thought on paper, your brain begins to unhook from it. Now, create the new program. You could write something like, doing hard things is who I am now, right? While the comfort zone is nice place to visit, nothing grows there. Resistance means I'm growing. Discomfort is the path, right? Ryan Holiday says the obstacle is the way. And then draw the best version you can of a treasure chest next to it, or whatever symbol means victory to you. Maybe it's a trophy, some kind of win. To lock it in, do this. I want you to recall a time when you did push through and you succeeded. It could be small or big. It could be getting a job you thought you wouldn't. Maybe one day you made it to the gym or you finished a tough task. And as you feel that win again, press your thumb and your middle finger together. That physical anchor can link the feeling of movement. And then later, when resistance shows up, do it again. Your body remembers. It's always keeping score. Step 2, guard your mind like a superhero. What does that mean? Now that you've reprogrammed your beliefs, you're starting to feel more amazing, motivated, empowered. You're ready to take on and conquer your goals. But then someone gets triggered by your new identity. Friends, partners, maybe even family, they often project their own fears, their own opinions when they see you changing. And their words can land like darts unless you set those boundaries. You might hear phrases like, yeah, right, you've tried it before. Why are you always going to those events, listening to those podcasts, reading those books? And it didn't work. The truth is, a lot of people around you love the current version of you because they want to feel safe, right? They don't want to experience something different. They probably have the same habits as you do. So when you change for the better, what does it do? It forces them to take a hard look at themselves, which often won't be comfortable. Or maybe they don't want you to get your hopes up and be disappointed, or you're going to outgrow them and they're going to be separate from you. Have you heard people say it's lonely at the top? Well, it is true that you will outgrow some people along your own journey to become more limitless, but you'll also attract people who are aligned with the new version of you. So no, I don't think it's lonely at the top, but always keep in mind quality over quantity. I want to remind you, you can't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from. You're probably thinking, but Jim, setting boundaries is really uncomfortable. Well, you're watching this video because you want to get out of your comfort zone. So stick with me. Setting boundaries isn't rude. It's more like self-respect. You might know I'm a huge comic book fan. In fact, I worked at a comic book store growing up as a kid. So to make this fun, I'm going to give you a way to protect your mind like a superhero. When someone says something discouraging, passive aggressive, I want you to imagine you're holding a shield. Maybe it's Captain America's vibranium disc. Maybe it's Wonder Woman's bracelets. Or my personal favorite, Doctor Strange. He has this glowing shield right around him. Feel its weight in your hand. See the words hit the shield and bounce right off. Your brain processes imagined images almost exactly like real ones. So this quick visualization really can help reinforce the boundary and keeps your limbic system more calm and collected. One thing I learned in years of doing martial arts is this: you want to respond, not react. A simple thank you for your feedback, but right now I need support, not disencouragement. Can you help me with that? It often flips the script. And if it doesn't, you can step back. Growth sometimes means new circles, and that's okay. Do you ever feel like the world's moving faster than you can keep up? Markets pivot overnight, AI drops a new feature every week, and your to-do list seems to grow by the minute. But here's the truth: the people winning right now aren't working harder. They are learning and applying faster. And that speed buys them more time, sharper decisions, and an unbeatable edge. If you're ready to upgrade your brain for this new reality, I want to invite you to join me in San Diego, December 8th, 9, and 10 for my 3-day in-person event called Limitless Live. This isn't another rah-rah motivation fest where you leave excited and change nothing. You'll walk away being able to shave off hours every week by mastering new skills in a fraction of the time. If you want to be able to remember names, facts, ideas on demand, you want to be able to process faster than anyone around you, you want to perform at peak levels all day without burning out, you want to be able to maybe leverage AI with an upgraded mind and leave your competition wondering how you move so quickly. You'll learn and you'll discover from world-class experts in accelerated learning, business success, health, neuroscience, and artificial intelligence, while networking with other entrepreneurs, coaches, builders, creators, thought leaders who perform at the highest levels. Early bird tickets are live right now, but seats are limited. So check the link below to secure your spot, and we'll see you in San Diego. Step 3, create your domino effect routine. Turn small wins into cravings. Now that you've reprogrammed your beliefs and learned to block out the negativity, you're laying the foundation. You're ready to implement what I call the domino effect routine, a method designed to build momentum through small wins that your brain learns to crave. Here's how it works. It's super simple. Completing a simple 2-minute task activates the release of dopamine and neuroepinephrine, what I like to call micro victory chemicals. These neurotransmitters are responsible for boosting motivation, sharpening your focus, and reinforcing behavior through a reward loop. When your brain starts to associate certain actions with a feel-good response, it starts to wire in that habit and starts craving the behavior. This is called reward prediction. Studies show that dopamine isn't just released when we receive a reward, it's released in anticipation of it. That means with repetition, your brain starts lighting up before the win even happens. So start your day with a 2-minute victory. Maybe it's making your bed right after waking up. Drink a full glass of water. Do 10 squats while your coffee brews. It doesn't have to be complicated. It needs to be consistent. And then tomorrow, stack another micro win on top of it. Maybe you add a 5-minute walk. You do your cold shower. You read 10 pages of a book before you touch your phone. Every win compounds. Each one reinforces that you are the kind of person who follows through. Every week, gradually increase the intensity. If you start with a 5-minute walk, maybe you make it 10 the next week. Or upgrade to a jog. If cold showers are your thing, start with 30 seconds and slowly build to 1 minute, then 2. Maybe you try an ice bath. And remember to celebrate your wins right after you complete them to really give your brain the signal it needs to want to do it again. You can check the habit off your list, do a quick celebration dance, or give yourself a high five or a fist bump in the mirror. Even a fake smile can have a positive effect. Research from the University of Kansas showed that the act of smiling, even when it's intentional or forced, can lower your heart rate and reduce your stress by activating positive emotional pathways in your brain. Your brain doesn't always know the difference between fake and real smiles. It responds to the muscle activation and mirrors the emotion. So go ahead, smile at yourself like you just won something, even if it feels a little silly. Step 4, turn discomfort into a game. I love this one. One of the fastest ways to outsmart resistance is to reframe discomfort, not as something to dread, but as something to collect points for, like you're leveling up. Think of every uncomfortable action as XP, right? It's experience points for the version of you that you're becoming. And here's a fun way to bring this to life. You could grab an empty jar and label it the habit game. Then assign a value to your daily habits. For example, 5 cents for making my bed, $1 for a morning walk, $2 for turning off my phone for an hour, $5 for an ice bath or a cold shower. Every time you complete the habit, drop the money in the jar. By the end of the month, you're going to have a visual representation of your consistency and a reward to match. Maybe use it for a massage or a book you've been wanting or a solo date at your favorite restaurant. Let that reward be your trophy for showing up even when it was uncomfortable. Want to make it even more fun? Do it with somebody. Bring in a friend, an accountability partner. You could compete for who earns the most points. You could set weekly challenges. You could share your progress. When you gamify discomfort, you transform discipline into play. You can also add a surprise element by writing down 7 habits on slips of paper and drawing each one in the morning. That randomness taps into your brain's love of novelty. In fact, research shows that novelty increases dopamine release, especially when it's tied to reward anticipation. Now, you've discovered how to make your brain crave doing hard things. Remember, if you just do the easy things in life, life gets hard. But if you do the hard things in life, life gets a lot easier. Remember, the point here isn't to be perfect. The point is to build consistency through fun. Consistency compounds, and so does fun. To give your brain a reason to associate effort with excitement instead of dread. You're not avoiding discomfort. You're engaging with it. You're mastering it. And the more you do, whatever you do repeatedly, you get stronger, the more resilient, the more motivated, and the more happy you'll feel. So tonight, choose one micro win for tomorrow morning. Comment below. Which one did you pick? I read all the comments. I am a quick reader, if you will. One small win done consistently can change everything. Don't forget to like, to subscribe for more brain boosting tips and strategies. It's the highest compliment you could give us. I want to thank you. You could join 1.8 million subscribers here. I'll see you in our next video. And until then, remember, stay limitless.